Hello everyone. Do you enjoy learning about wild boars? If you're interested in exploring more about them, please leave a comment number 1 so we can start our journey of discovery together. Right now, let's delve into the damage caused by wild boars, totaling tens of billions of rubles annually due to their invasion in Russia. Farmers face daunting challenges when dealing with millions of these invasive animals encroaching on their lands, destroying their agriculture and wreaking havoc on cities and ecosystems. In this video, you will witness an exciting adventure and explore how farmers cope with this invasive species. Collisions between vehicles and wild boars have also occurred in Russia as the population of these animals increases, leading to a rise in such incidents. Therefore, collisions with these animals pose a serious safety risk and can result in injuries and the potential for human fatalities following the collisions. Vehicle wild boar collisions happen year-round in Russia and throughout all 24 hours of the day. However, the frequency of these accidents is highest during the autumn and winter seasons and during nighttime. The annual decline in wild boar numbers due to these accidents ranges from 0.1% to 5.0%. Several cases of human fatalities due to collisions with wild boars have been reported in Russia in recent years. The annual cost of property damage and human suffering from these collisions is estimated to be $36 million. As the population of this invasive species continues to increase, the economic impact is substantial. Therefore, government involvement is necessary to prevent unwanted damage to community safety and infrastructure in urban areas. A man driving a car in the Novosibirsk region died after colliding with a wild boar. The traffic accident in Novosibirsk once again sounded the alarm about the dangers of invasive wild boars when participating in traffic, especially in areas where many wild boars reside. Drivers need to pay attention, reduce speed, and yield to wild boars to ensure safety. I recommend that you drive carefully. Please leave a comment number 1 if you have ever encountered a wild boar on the road while driving, especially when they invade urban areas or directly attack residential areas, causing significant damage. Their psychological impact on people as their invasion increases is significant. The ecological damage they cause is primarily economic, estimated at up to $1.5 billion annually in Russia. They are omnivores, consuming a variety of foods from plants to small animals, impacting both ecosystems and urban areas. Why do wild boars gather in large herds during winter? When winter arrives, natural food sources become scarce, forcing wild boars to move to areas with more abundant food. Residential areas with garbage and leftover food become attractive baits for them. According to statistics, the number of wild boar attacks on humans and livestock in Russia increases 2 to 3 times during winter compared to other seasons, primarily due to food scarcity and the need to find shelter. Can they endure temperatures up to 40 degrees Fahrenheit? This ability comes from a thick layer of fat under the skin that helps maintain body temperature and dense fur that provides insulation. What's unique to Russia is their ability to withstand cold weather well. Russians often utilize mesh traps from the PORCO brand. These traps offer several user-friendly advantages compared to traditional metal traps. Firstly, the cost of a standard PORCO mesh trapping system starts at $2,500, significantly cheaper than traditional metal traps priced at $10,000. The lightweight design of PORCO traps also makes them highly portable, allowing farmers to move conveniently in forests without needing a trailer during trapping expeditions. Russians can capture up to 11 wild animals simultaneously on a trapping trip using PORCO traps. Another significant factor is the technological simplicity. Traps from this brand are equipped with automatic cameras, allowing users to check trap status remotely without needing to move around much. If there are invasive wild boars in your area, how have people coped with them? Please comment number 1 if you also use traps to deal with wild boars. Small traps rarely catch large wild boars, although they can catch smaller ones. They are not the most effective method for capturing large numbers. In such situations, Russians often use large traps. The design of these traps is typically placed on flat ground where wild boars frequently search for food. Some designs do not require entrance doors consisting of 2 mesh panels intertwined with T-posts. One panel forms a long C shape, while the other forms a tight C shape. T-posts are driven around the outside of the mesh panels for additional stability. Wire should only be tightly tied at the top of the C-shaped panel. This configuration forms 2 troughs inside the trap, and both troughs are used as bait. When wild boars attempt to access the bait inside the trap, they push the bottom of the narrow plate, allowing them access inside. Once inside, the wild boars stand in a circle and cannot be pushed out of the entrance due to the resistance of the external barrier. In Russia, efforts are underway to address the issue of invasive wild boars by installing solid fences around residential areas. These sturdy steel walls are considered a safe measure that does not harm wild boars, while also protecting residents from aggressive wild boar encounters. Installing these fences helps reduce the number of wild boar intrusions into residential areas in Russia. The measure has helped reduce wild boar attacks in some areas by up to 70%. However, the cost of installing fences is not cheap. The installation cost depends on the materials used and the height of the fence. High costs pose a significant barrier to widespread implementation of this measure. Therefore, the Russian government is providing financial support to localities for fence installation and encouraging residents to join efforts to protect the community. All of the above measures effectively contribute to managing invasive wild boars in Russia without causing harm to them. If you believe these methods are the most effective, please leave a comment in the description below. If you have watched all of our videos, please comment number 1 and turn on notifications to watch the latest videos on how to handle wild boars.